Wakanda forever.
Yes. I love that.
Great. That's awesome. Welcome back to Sister Circle Live. We are going back to our roots today here on Sister Circle, and we're excited to partner with our friends at AfricanAncestry.com to trace our lineage back to the motherland.
A few weeks ago, we all took a sample DNA test and sent it in, and today we get the results.
With us now is Dr. Gina Paige, president of AfricanAncestry.com.
Thank you.
Wow. So thank you so much for being here. We're all very excited.
I know. I saw you yesterday.
Yes.
Now I'm excited.
Yes. And it's always very emotional. It's going to be a very emotional time for each of us. But let's talk about the science. How are you able to trace our roots back to the motherland?
So when we got here, we lost everything.
Of course.
We lost our names, our languages, everything. We're the original victims of identity theft. But
You better say it.
Okay? But we didn't lose our DNA.
Right.
And so we can look at specific parts of your DNA, compare it to DNA in Africa among Africans, and determine matches.
Wow. Just like that.
Yeah, I'm really trying to find who I am because my mother, look, well, my mother's mother, my grandmother was white and black. Well, white and Creole, well, black.
Mixed,
So I'm curious to know, like, we talk about a lot about African roots, but do you also find that a lot of people are, they have other types of background, like, you know, from different nationalities?
Yeah. So inherent in us being African American means we're mixed.
Yes.
None of us is 100% anything.
Right.
And so we do find that the average black person has African ancestry and European ancestry. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Gina, can you tell us really how is your test different? Because I've done this before. I want to surprise you with that. So I really just want to see if they're going to add up and say the exact same thing. Now, what makes yours so different?
Ours is completely different. So the test that you took and that you see on television tells you how much African you have, how much European or Native American have. We already know that we're not 100% African.
Right.
What you guys want to know is where in Africa did I come from?
Yes.
Who are the people? What are the traditions and values and practices that make us who we are? And that's what AfricanAncestry.com
That's so fun.
does.
I love that.
I want to
And it tells how much too?
No.
Right. Oh, it doesn't tell us how much.
We don't do that.
It just
We
tells
tell
you
you who.
And the one that I did was, it did focus in on the percentage.
Right.
It really did.
Right.
Yeah.
And the average black person, like I said, is 75% African, 25% European on average.
Mine was 90%.
So I get to go first.
Kiana goes first.
Yes.
Oh, God.
All right,
And the
Kiana.
results are in.
So we found something very interesting for you.
Of course you
Let's
did.
see the results.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So you share ancestry. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You share ancestry with 2 countries, people living in 2 countries today. The first group is the Balanta people living in Guinea, Bissau today. And you know, the Balanta means those who resist. The Mende people...
Don't that explain everything about Miss
The second group that you share ancestry with was on the Amistad. The Mende people living in Sierra Leone today. So they weren't about captivity. They were about turning the ships around.
Yes.
And I know yesterday that you talked about the Gap-Tooth tribe. So I can't say that there is an official Gap-Tooth tribe.
Right.
However, we do know from a very well-known academic, Sylvia Boone, that Mende women treasure the gap between the teeth. And it's considered a very high standard of beauty. So much so that they often
Split their teeth.
yeah, they revise their teeth to make the gap bigger.
Wow. That's deep.
You go over there, we're going to have like 50 husbands. All the way up. See, don't worry about it.
That is awesome.
That is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard it's my turn.
Yes,
On my way, I done cried on
Rashawn.
piano already.
Let's
such
see your
babies.
results.
All right, here we go.
So you share ancestry with the Fula people living in Guinea-Bissau today, who are also considered the Fulani. And the Fulani are nomadic people. So you'll find Fulani all across the continent of Africa, but the match we found specifically for you is in the country of Guinea-Bissau. And you know, the Fulani women are considered among the most beautiful in Africa, and they wear these gorgeous earrings. You've probably seen them, and the gold is a symbol of nobility.
Wow.
Yes.
So nobility and beauty for you, sister.
My God.
Be noble and beautiful. That sounds not right. Now better say Wakanda.
Oh, you're going to say Wakanda. When we come back, it's Quad and Selena. They get their results. And we are ready. Stay right where you are. This is only going to get more exciting.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Come on, Noble.
Say We are back with Gina Paige of AfricanAncestry.com, who is helping us trace our roots back to Africa. So I want to know this. How come Kiana and Rashawn both had the same territory? Like, is that common? We're mostly from the same territory?
Well, most of us came from West Africa. Okay. And then the countries that we find the most often are Nigeria, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, and Guinea-Bissau. So there's a good chance
Guinea-Bissau.
that they'd be right.
Yeah.
So, Quad, we're going to do you next.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready. I'm
Let's
excited.
see your
I'm excited.
results.
I'm really just trying to see what was happening with that other situation. But I'm excited.
Wow.
We found your maternal ancestry, mother to mother to mother to mother, in the country of Nigeria today.
Really?
Yes. And Nigeria is the most populous country on the continent of Africa. We found your ancestry in two groups. So the first group is the Yoruba people. And the Yoruba are a highly spiritual people whose spiritual practice lives today across the continent, as well as in Brazil and Cuba. The Orisha Oshun, you may have heard of. She's the goddess of the waters and love and fertility. We also found your ancestry among the... Oh, did I say something?
We just know she want a daughter one day.
We're in Nigeria.
The other group we found your ancestry among is the Hausa people living in Nigeria.
Okay, tell me a little bit
And the
about that.
Hausa are the business people of the
there you go.
culture. They're found in northern Nigeria, and that's what they're known for.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
That is. Okay, Selena.
Wakanda. All right, let's see which African nation we found your ancestry in.
I love this.
Wow. You are very unique. So,
Just in case y'all was wondering.
we found your maternal ancestry in the country of Central African Republic. And as you can see, that's a landlocked country. It's not on the coast, but it is a country that did contribute to the transatlantic slave trade. And the people that you share ancestry with are called the Biaka people. And I know that you were looking for some musical connections, and we found them. So music is a very a key element in the social and spiritual community among the Biaka, and they're semi-nomadic. So their music has to do with vocals primarily. When and if they use instruments, it's small things that they can carry easily and move around, but that music focuses on the voice.
Wow.
Well, and then there's that.
Wow. I do want to go back to why is it just on the mother side? I know that we're getting this particular test.
Yes.
If you could just explain that.
So we chose to give you the test for the mother's line
Okay.
for a few reasons. One, the maternal line comes back African most often. Okay. When we trace maternal ancestry, those results come back African 92% of the time. We also have a test that traces paternal ancestry, father to father to father to mother, father. But only men can take that test.
Oh my goodness.
Because they have a Y chromosome. We don't have Y
Right,
chromosomes. We don't want Y chromosomes.
Right.
Okay? So when we want to learn about our father's lines, our mother's father's lines, then we need a male in the family to take that test.
Right.
And it only comes back African 65% of the time.
Really?
Wow.
35% of the time, those results are European, not African. So I didn't want to come on here and have a big chance of telling you all where you're from in Europe. I wanted to celebrate Africa today.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Now, why is that? That's very interesting. Could it be that somebody was visiting the...
Yes, it is. It's because of the history of the behaviors of the slaveholders and the slave traders when they fathered children with enslaved women. The fathers passed along their European Y chromosome to their sons. So whether you look like me or you, Rashawn, we could still have a European paternal ancestry.
Man, my goodness.
I know.
Go ahead, Quad.
I'm from Nigeria.
Yes.
Oh, I had to go over there. See what's
Yes,
going
you
on.
do, girls.
I'm from down to the center.
Well, this has been fantastic. Gina, we appreciate you doing this. And if you want to find out more, AfricanAncestry.com. Make sure you log onto that webpage today and you can feel like we feel. We feel empowered. You guys feel
Yes,
empowered?
I feel like it was
Yes, I
Christmas
do.
that opened
I
up
do.
again.
Welcome to
Yes,
the
great.
African Ancestry family.
Thank you.
So much.